Yo, people. Hello again, and welcome back to the United Enigma. Of course, I've got to start by saying sorry about this weekend. Wasn't able to do my typical preview, match reaction, and also live stream for the game on the weekend. Of course, we did go on to win 2-1 in that game. I was able to catch bits of the game. Had a lot going on in the family, so I wasn't able to make the recordings. But I'm here now, and of course, an even bigger game is coming up tomorrow. It's do or die for Man United tomorrow. Our last chance saloon to get us position in the round of 16 in the Champions League. So now I'm going to quickly introduce our guest. You all know him. You all love him. It's Worthy. Say hi to the people, bro.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Yo, man. We good. It's been a little while since we've done one of these, but obviously got to bring it back now. Got a lot of big things coming, especially this week. We all know we got City on the weekend tomorrow. It may just be Copenhagen, but because of how poor United have been, it's not just a game against Copenhagen. It's actually now become a big game. Something that by this point, having played Galatasaray at home already in the Champions League, we should have been looking at this as, you know, we just go out there, beat these guys up. That's it. Now we're actually in a situation where we've given Copenhagen something to play for. If they can get something out of us in this game, it actually opens the door for maybe them qualifying for the Champions League, or at the very least, they may get a spot in the Europa League, which again would be great for them because they would have expected in this group to not even make Europa League. And we're literally gifting poor teams the opportunity to make history. That's how bad we are right now. Well, yo, people. I see Exploiters is here. And Pogba, nice to see you guys again, man. Nice to see you again. But yeah, we're going to start with you in it, Webby. Just give me your opinions on how that Sheffield United game went. Of course, you've seen the title. We're talking about their identity crisis. I think Man United are suffering from at the moment. We've got an identity crisis, I believe, in terms of the way we're playing. But just give me a brief overview of how you felt like that game went.
We were shit. Like, complete shit. We didn't deserve that win, man. How did we win that? I don't know. We did not deserve that. Sheffield dominated possession, and they're bottom of the league. Imagine what City's going to do to us next week. Imagine what City's going to do. They're going to win like 8-0. We were dog shit.
Yeah, we were absolutely horrendous overall. Of course, like I said, I wasn't able to catch the full 90, but I've watched sort of extended highlights and I've gone through a lot of the stats from the game. I wanted to highlight some of the key individuals that I felt really and truly disgraced themselves on the weekend. And the first person I want to talk about, and you guys in the chat tell me as well, let's talk about Bruno Fernandes, Worthy. Yeah, let's have this word now, because it's pretty much now, I believe, 3 stinkfests in a row from him. It was the Galatasaray game, then there was the Brentford game, and now the Sheffield United game that he's really and truly stank the place out. But then what I also want to add that caveat, what'd you say?
No, nothing, carry on.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I want to throw in the little caveat though, is why was Bruno Fernandes able to go out there and give good performances for Portugal over the international break, comes back to Man United, and that old piss poor form he had before the international break has carried on with Man United, but seemed to disappear when he went and played for Roberto Martinez's Portugal. So give me an idea. One, tell me about how you felt Bruno Fernandes' performances were on the weekend, but then also tell me if what you see is the difference between Bruno for Portugal maybe and Bruno for United.
All right. So Bruno for Portugal plays a cam. He actually plays his position, and he's got an elite striker. Okay. And then Bruno for Man United, what pisses me off of HAG, yeah, he plays him either right wing or number 8, which he's both shit at. He should be playing a cam, to be honest. So those 3 games, he's either played right wing or number 8. Because against the Sheffield game, I think McTominay was playing the cam, but he's more of a centre forward behind the striker because he wouldn't drop back. So yeah, man, he needs to play cam. He shouldn't be playing at number 8. Okay,
you know what? I do echo what you're saying. I do agree to some extent, of course, with what you're saying, especially when you mentioned Bruno being played at that right wing position. If I see that again, this is when I'm really, really going to start getting pissed off. Of course, during the game, he was in that right wing position. So, like you say, he is being played as an 8. Again, I do agree with you that he is very much so a number 10. He's meant to be fed the ball in the final third, which is where he does his damage. We all know this by now. Everyone knows this by now. But what I would say, though, equally, is I do think that context needs to be applied. For example, in the sense that a player of his supposed caliber, because let's call a spade, all of you guys here at one point or another has stated that Bruno Fernandes, especially when he first came in, is meant to have been one of the best players in the Premier League, one of the best number 10s in the world, and one of the best offensive midfielders in the world. So what I cannot excuse, though, however, is, for example, when I'm seeing this Sheffield United game and I'm seeing that stat of whether it was 20, I believe I saw something like in the first half, he attempted 33 passes and misplaced, I believe, was it 23 out of 33 passes, something like that? I'll need to quickly double check the stats. I'm getting it right for you guys. But Bruno Fernandes was significantly more wasteful, even than normal. We all know how wasteful he can be at times, but that game, it was pathetic. The amount of misplaced passes. He ghosted again. Same thing he did versus Galatasaray. He ghosted. And what I'm worried about is this guy, we've seen it in the past and he's still doing it now, ghosting in big games. This Copenhagen game, yes, they're a small team, but I've already said it's a big game. Will he ghost again like he ghosted versus Galatasaray? Again, we've got Man City to come up. Is he going to ghost versus Man City? When was the last time you saw him do anything really versus Man City? Is Bruno Fernandes a problem in the starting 11? Because you can almost see now that McTominay has replaced Mount due to his poor form. Why isn't the same thing been put onto Bruno? You're poor, I don't care if you're the captain, you can get subbed as well. Similar to how Mount seems to be getting replaced by McTominay.
I mean, I think Bruno's form is unbelievable, but you can't play him in number 8 in the right wing. That's you playing him out of position. I think if Ten Hag puts him at the cam position, let him have that free role,
Yeah.
yeah, like he did under Oli, he would get insane amounts of assists and insane amount of goals. Just let him have free space, let him play the free role in that cam position. And I'm telling you right now, bro, he will get around 26 in the Prem. I'm telling you.
Yeah, okay, the thing is, but what I'm trying to get at, yeah, is a player of his caliber not meant to be able to somewhat adapt the way he plays if he's in a slightly different role? For example, if you're no longer playing in that number 10 position where, let's say, De Bruyne would operate, or maybe in that right-handed half space, drifting out to the right to put crosses in, cool, you're going to lose a lot of the ball because you're meant to be a final action player, taking shots, going for dangerous passes to try to break the defensive line. Perfect, good and fine. A lot of people complain about him misplacing passes when he plays in number 10. I don't as much because I understand what he's in the team to do. So to a certain extent, I get it. However, if you are now being put into a number 8 position, is it not on you now to adapt the way you're playing and stop misplacing the ball so frequently when you're now meant to be a little bit more cultured, a little bit more control, because McTominay was sort of the final action guy in that match. He was playing as like a shadow striker. So Bruno's job was actually to help link the defense to the attack. So he needs to be more cultured, more safe with his passing. But instead, he was still going for the same types of passes and misplacing it as he would if he was playing in a number 10 position. So does that not come down to a potential lack of IQ? Because not down to a lack of ability, Bruno's able to play it safe. We've seen it before. But why is he not able to just have the football intelligence to know that, yo, I'm in a more restricted role, let me be more careful with the way I'm playing today?
I mean, fair enough. I mean, I think sometimes I do think he needs to be dropped because when I look at him, sometimes his attitude is shit. I think, in my opinion, if his attitude is shit, yeah, because sometimes you see it, it's like really bad. So sometimes you need to drop that. You don't want to see that. But for the adaptation thing, I mean, De Bruyne as an 8, I don't think I've ever seen De Bruyne play at 8, but if he did play, he would be horrific as an 8. He would not go in for a tackle. So I think Bruno is trying his best on the 8, but Ten Hag just can't keep putting him in the wrong position. He needs to keep putting him in the cam position, in my opinion.
Yeah, I understand that. I agree with you. He wouldn't be great in the number 8 position. However, what I would say is against the worst teams, you should be more than capable of playing in pretty much any position, quite frankly, because I'm just seeing it here. And against Sheffield United, he had a 75% pass accuracy overall, which isn't bad. However, it was worse in the first half. I do know that in the second half, things changed and we did improve. But in overall, it was only a 75% accuracy in terms of passing. So this is just the kind of thing I'm talking about, where you just have people that aren't playing safe at all, and they're just not conducive of this possession style that Ten Hag wants to play. So then, before we go on to the sort of talking about the manager, how have you felt about Amrabat so far? And you guys in the comment section, tell me as well, because how have you felt worthy about Amrabat so far, his start to Man United?
I think it's been decent. I think he's been good at games. He's been played out position. He's been played left back,
Yes, yep.
which I don't get why he plays. Just Mark Girardo, the right back for our academy.
Yes.
Play him right back.
Mm-hmm.
Just play him right back and play Dalot left back. I don't see why we couldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we played Amrabat and Casemiro. It's just sometimes I have to question these tactics with Ten Hag, but
And on that subject as well, bro, can you please explain to me why Lindelof is being played left back instead of Dalot? And then Dalot. Okay, so look, yeah, imagine you guys in the chat. Someone tell me, maybe I'm not tactically versed enough to explain this, but Lindelof is being played left back over Dalot, who is able to play right back and left back to a level where he's been able to play right back and left back even for Portugal, who are spoiled for talent in the fullback position. He's able to play a left back and right back for them. He's that good on both sides. Yeah, we're playing Lindelof, who can barely play centre back on a good day, let alone now that he's off form, can barely play right back, and you do one worse. You play him left back instead. And you don't just play him left back and say, okay, cool, play it safe, keep the position there, just play it safe and let the more technical players around you do the work. You then have Lindelof inverting into midfield, forming a double pivot with Amrabat, and at times, because of the way we play with the positional rotation, you have Lindelof. I saw during the match, at times the guy was up in sort of the left-hand side half spaces in the attacking area. Lindelof, what is he doing there? Instead of Dalot, who can actually dribble with the ball, can actually pass through midfield, and can, as you saw from the game as well, can actually shoot. Instead, Dalot's being part of the back. He's part of build-up. He forms the back three with Maguire and Evans. So you get the guy that can actually attack and is actually a fullback. You put him in the restricted role as a centre-back, and then you have Lindelof rotating and inverting into midfield. Make it make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just annoying at this point because there's Mark Girardo, is a talented right back in our academy. We should be paying him, but you just need to question those tactics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing is, yeah, I already said it before on one of the streams we did last week. I did say already that losing to Man City is not a reason to be Ten Hag out. I don't want to see people coming out after the game on Saturday when we potentially lose to them. Is it Saturday or Sunday? When we lose to them, if we lose to them, yeah? If we lose to them, I don't want to see people coming out and saying, oh, I'm Ten Hag out now because we lost to Man City. Even if it's a pretty bad loss, 2-0, maybe 3-0, 3-1. That getting beaten by Man City is not a good enough reason to be Ten Hag out. My issue is these games. Stuff like the performances versus Brentford. Stuff like the performance versus Sheffield United. And also, if we go out, let me just quickly move it on to this point now. We just tackle this point. What are you saying if we're not able to get out of the Champions League group? What are you saying? Guys in the comment section, tell me as well. What are you, man, saying if we're not able to get out of the Champions League group when we're in a group with Galatasaray, who have one of the worst records in the Champions League against English teams? Yeah, we're going to be the first English team to allow them to beat us, and not just beat us, but potentially take our space in the next round. And Copenhagen, who are literally farmers to a certain extent. So tell me, Worthy, What are you saying if we're not able to beat Copenhagen? And because if we don't win tomorrow, we're out of the Champions League. So you tell me, bro.
Well, if we don't win tomorrow,
If we don't win
in my
tomorrow,
opinion,
we are gone, bro. Gone.
we are gone. We need to spill that whole squad. I don't want to see that squad. If you don't qualify for round of 16,
Yeah.
get that squad out. I don't want to see it. I want even if we get Qatar, even if we get Sijin Ratcliffe, the only time I'll know if we're a serious club, if we sell 75% of our players, if we sell our main players, our key players. You've seen it with Chelsea, they've done it with Kante, and they've done it with Mount.
Mm-hmm.
They sold Kante. Kante, one of the best CDMs in the world. They sold him.
That's a good point.
They sold Mount, their star boy. Yeah. They sold them all. So I think even if we get Sijin Ratcliffe for Qatar, the only time I'll know if we're serious if we sell our key players.
You know, that's the thing. That's actually a great point. You know, something that a lot of people don't actually think about enough. Man United fans have this attachment. Attachment is more prevalent at our club than probably any other club. This whole Player FC. You got Mandem out here with their profile pictures of Man United players, and they're just proper glazing these players. And the funny thing is, these guys that they're glazing, it's not like if you're glazing the treble winning players, like I've reacted to David Beckham, I've reacted to Paul Scholes. If you're glazing these guys who won literally double digits trophies at Manchester United, it makes sense. But these guys have won next to nothing, most of them, and Man United fans still suck them off to the extent where you're thinking they were Ballon d'Or winners or something. So look at what Chelsea have done. Like you mentioned, Kante's and Mason Mounts. These are guys that have been loved at times for Chelsea. At times have also done great things for Chelsea. They all got axed the minute they felt like they were surplus to requirements or they were underperforming. Kante had the injury issues. Mason Mount wanted a new contract. They thought he wasn't performing up to the level to demand that sort of contract. He wanted to complain. They said, adios. Kante, I love you, bro, but your legs are gone. Adios. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, them, look at that, how quickly they get rid of the likes of a Morata. Couple of years, or maybe was it 1 year or something? 1 year, 1 year and a half, 2 years. You're not playing well enough. Gone. Lukaku coming out talking shit about the club, doing too much, gone as well. Yeah, Man United, we sit on these guys that have done nothing year in, year out, and fans act like they want to cry when there's ever news. Or for example, when Rashford is being linked to leaving Man United last year, I was okay with it. Not because I don't like Marcus Rashford, it's because I care about Manchester United, and at the time, he wasn't operating anywhere near Manchester United level. If you're not operating at Manchester United level, goodbye. Because at the end of the day, yeah, when these guys like a Mason Mount at Chelsea, when these guys no longer feel like they're being paid enough money, they'll be the first ones on the next boat to Saudi. So then why do I care about keeping you here when if someone offers you more money, you're gonna go? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and I get what you mean. I mean, with Rashford, I would, if PSG come in with 100 million bid, which was reported like 2 seasons, gone.
In a bit, man. I'd be more than comfortable. I've already said it before. The people that I love is Manchester United need to get back to the days when we have players like Vinicius Jr. You know what it is, yeah? You know what it is? The best teams always have, you can actually make do with having, an above average midfield. Let's say most of your midfield, especially in the modern game, let's say your midfielders are very, very energetic. Let's say 8, 9s or 10s, 10 out of 10 in terms of their energy levels and their IQ in terms of how well they're able to adapt to the manager's tactics. Cool. So physically they're good, but at the same time, let's say on the ball, your midfielders are like a 7, maybe an 8. In a modern game, you can actually get away with it. And also even your defenders can all be like good athletes and defensively could be 7s, 8s out of 10s. But then if you have at the front end an attack like Liverpool's, which combined in a year can get you 100 goals. So you have great attackers, and then the rest of your team is somewhat workmanlike, still capable, but somewhat workmanlike and very energetic. But the thing is, Man United, yeah, our attackers are just so poor. They're genuinely a big contributing factor as to why United are so crap right now. You got Anthony. He can't create anything. The guy can't create anything. It is wild. Like, I've never seen a guy that can't whip in a consistent good cross to the back post, whip in a consistent good cross to the front post. He can't obviously take any sort of set pieces. How many times do you see him slip a good through ball into an attacker? How many times do you see him create space to put in a good through ball or something? He's got zero creativity. And now his shooting boots have gone as well. He doesn't even cut in and whip one into the top corner anymore. Like, really and truly, like, our attackers are just so mediocre. It's wild. And the only one that's got any sort of potential to be even anywhere near smelling the world-class tag, I believe, is Højlund. Everyone else, yeah, at a push, if I literally wear rose-tinted glasses right now, at a push, you could say maybe, if we're lucky, Garnacho could get somewhere close to that. Everyone else can go. I'd be comfortable with getting rid of every one of our attackers other than Højlund, and I'd probably keep Garnacho. Everyone else, I'd be happy. I'd be like, adios. Maybe I'd keep Amad Diallo as well. The rest of them can go. I don't know how you feel about that. I think our attackers are a big problem. So what would you say personally about how you feel about our current attacking lineup? You're Worthy. Oh, I think he just cut out for a second. No worries, guys, carry on. So, Leke, you just said here, Anthony got more spins than United's PR. Bro, that's 100% facts. Like, I can't lie. I need to see a lot. I don't know. You guys saw him in the chat. I think Anthony might be dusted. I genuinely think he might be dusted. Where do you see any good sort of form coming from Anthony? And I like Anthony a lot, but where do you see any good form coming from this guy? And you're back now, Worthy, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know what. I think you got it for me or
Oh, I don't know. But did you catch what I said before you cut off?
What are you talking about, Anthony?
Yeah, so I was just saying that our attack is as big of a problem as anything. I think our attack is actually the biggest problem Man United have currently. We are so bad going forward. And I was saying that I would United whoever said in Hester General that he can't hear you. Oh wait, can you hear me?
Oh no, I can hear you now.
Okay, calm.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, so I was saying that.
Oh, thanks, VK.
Save VK. So I was saying that, genuinely speaking, I would get rid of every one of our attackers besides Højlund, Garnacho, and Amad Diallo. I'd be comfortable with every single one of them just going. I don't know what you think personally, because genuinely speaking, if the attackers were somewhat decent, this season would still be a lot better than what we're currently. As much as there's issues transitioning the ball forward, issues with some of the personnel that were injured, there's issues with the centre backs performance, the fullbacks, all that stuff, the goalkeeper, all that crap. Put it to one side. If the attackers were taking some of the chances that we've had this season, for example, versus Tottenham, we would be in a better position than we are right now, and that's a fact.
I mean, Anthony, I think he needs to be stronger physically, to be honest. Because we saw, I don't know if you watched the Sheffield United game, if someone touched him, he'd fall.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I just don't like Anthony. I never liked the signing. Well, I mean, we should give him time. Just give him until the end of the season. I always thought we should have went for Diaby, 50 mil. Yet we spent 95 mil on Anthony. We should have went with Diaby. Diaby's tearing it up in with Aston Villa right now.
Yeah.
He's a creative winger as well, Diaby. I mean, I don't know if you watched Diaby before, but he tracks back. He makes chances. He can play cam.
Mm-hmm.
He can play. He literally. We should have went for him, in my opinion. But I mean, it is what it is. Tag wanted Anthony. Didn't get why. Never liked him, but yeah.
On a personal level, though, what would you say moving forward? What should we actually do with that attacking lineup? Especially so cool. When there is a must-win game, for example, like tomorrow, what would you do that you think could make an impact tomorrow for that starting lineup?
Tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
I think we save our players against City. If we, I mean, I forgot the name of the right winger we had in the academy. I forgot his name. I think we sold him. Actually, never
No,
mind.
no,
But I think
yeah, we know we got rid of him. He was that. It was
so
that youth that scored a goal in
yeah,
preseason, innit? Forcing or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not Fulton, not Fulton.
Oh yeah, it was that one
It
like
was some other guy.
that one light skin you. Yeah. Forgot what his name was.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah, yeah. I think we need to put some academy players in if we can. Rest the main players. Rest. I would even rest Lindelof and Evans.
Bro, I can't.
I mean,
Bro, I can't lie, man.
yeah. So
I can't agree with you on that. Still, remember what I said? If we lose this game, you know we're out, right? And we're back in the Europa League. Do you want to start hearing da 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 da? Do you want to hear that again? Is that the
I mean,
anthem?
there's a chance of us winning.
Is that the anthem you want to
There's
hear?
a chance of us winning the Europa League. Oh, hear me out. There's a chance of us winning the Europa League and the Champions League. We are never going to win it. We don't have the squad to win the Champions League. I mean, unless we get Qatar or like an early takeover in January, we spend like I don't know 200 million, and we get the players we want. We might have a shot in the Champions League, but so far I don't think we have a shot in the Champions League. We might as well go to the Europa League. We might as well relegate ourselves to the Europa League because we can't. There's no chance we can even make it out of the round of 16. So yeah.
You really don't think that we can make it out of the round of 16?
No, I really don't think so. I would, unless we get like a small club. I don't know. Maybe, maybe like I think did RC Lens qualify for the Champions League?
Lens,
Lens.
they're in the same group as thingy Arsenal.
Oh nah. Maybe they can actually qualify on 16, but they're probably like a second. Maybe they can, but yeah. But maybe if you get like a small club like them or any small club, maybe we have a chance of getting
Mhm.
out. But so far, bro,
You know what?
we are not making it
You
out.
know what? Yeah, I'm gonna throw this to the chat whilst at the same time we have this discussion here about that Leke's put here. Leke's put in the chat here. Why not try Garnacho on the right hand side? So I'm gonna throw that. So I'm gonna have that discussion with you now, Worthy, and to you guys in the chat. Would you be content with actually dropping out of the Champions League for the chance of winning the Europa League this season? And is that something you're comfortable with? So that I'll put it in two stages. Are you comfortable with going out? And even if we do go out, what are we saying about Ten Hag? Does Ten Hag's head need to roll if we don't get out of this group, even if it means we have a chance at Europa? I'll put that to you guys. And then for this comment here, just one of the guys in the comment section, Leke, he just commented, why not try Garnacho on the right wing? What do you reckon about that?
Garnacho on the right wing.
Yeah, Garnacho
I mean,
on the right.
Why not drop Rashford and put Garnacho in the left wing? Why not that?
And then, but then
I
the
mean,
thing,
I personally. Oh yeah,
sorry, just a quick one before you carry on. So the issue is though, Palestri, I think, is poor. Anthony is poor. Diallo's not ready yet, so that's our three right wingers gone. Gone for different reasons, of course. So then my thing is, I would agree with you in some context, like, you know, drop Rashford and then put Garnacho there potentially. However, since all our right wingers aren't usable for different reasons, that's where this conversation becomes has potential. Because why not put Garnacho there? Because he can't do any worse than Anthony. And he really.
Fair enough. Garnacho on the right wing would actually work, you know, because Garnacho's weak foot is insane. Like I didn't know my brother was right-footed until now. Like literally 2 weeks ago, I didn't know he was right-footed. I always thought he was left-footed.
Garnacho.
So his weak foot is yeah. I always thought he was left-footed. I don't know why, but
to be fair, he is comfortable going on the inside and outside in terms of even hitting the byline and then putting crosses in with his left foot. He doesn't sort of hesitate to do that. I know a lot of wingers in general these days, they hesitate when they're forced to do anything on their weaker side. But Garnacho's not one of those players that hesitate before doing it. So I would actually agree with Leka here. I would be comfortable with the idea of putting Garnacho on the right hand side for this game. And also, to call a spade, I'm also someone that likes to be a little bit fair. I've criticised Rashford heavy criticism this year. However, Rashford has been calm. He was calm against Sheffield United. He wasn't amazing, far from amazing, but Rashford was all right. He was all right versus Sheffield United. So if there's anyone out of that front three that needs replacement, Rashford wouldn't be the first person on the chopping block for me personally.
Coffee in.
Oh yeah, so Pogba season just commented here. This is for you, why? Because I know this is your forte. Is there any transfer or takeover news that you're hearing? Anything to do with like transfers in January or whatever, or takeover stuff?
Transfers, no, because mostly the people at United are worrying about their jobs currently. Literally, everyone's worrying about their jobs due to either Jim Ratcliffe takeover, not fully takeover, but he has sporting control. He can sack anyone. I've had nothing new from the transfer news. Don't think nothing I'm hearing. Takeover wise, I'm hearing that someone put their house keys on the line. That they said if Sheikh Jassim doesn't, I guarantee you that Sheikh Jassim is going to win, and I'm putting my house keys on the line. Someone said that, so
Wait a
when
second.
people are
So you know
being
that
confident,
the person that said that, yeah? Does that person have their name, their face, everything out there in 4K, or is this someone hiding behind some Qatari flag saying they're gonna put their house keys on the line?
no, not some Qatari flag. Some guy, he's close. He works for I forgot what it's called. It's the Dubai Bank Investment. I think it's
Oh, mad.
DBR, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's close to QIB.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's QIB. He's got pretty good Qatari sources, and he even said himself that he'll put in it. So people are confident that Qatar somehow going to still win.
Mm-hmm.
There's rumors going around that I'm not sure about this, but there's rumors going around that Qatar met the Glazer valuation ages ago, but they put some. I'm not into business, but I think it's called. I think it's called. I have to relook at that. I forgot what it's called again. 1 second, sorry. Let me look through the messages. Do you know anything about business? Because to me, I don't know anything.
I'm not, bro. I'm more of a science man. I can't lie. I've never really done business to any
Yes,
sort
good.
of. I'm more of a science guy. I can't lie. But obviously, if you drop something like that in, just drop it in the Discord. Any of the guys that are a bit more business savvy
Yeah,
can probably go through that. Then we can rehash it in another stream in it. We can just hold that
yeah.
thought. But I just want to go over this comment
For the
from
holdback.
yeah. I just want to go over this comment from Leke, and you can have your own opinion on it, of course, Worthy. So Leke just says, I think getting out of the group stages, even if we win the Europa League, which he says in brackets, which we can't with our current form, and Liverpool, because you know Liverpool are in there, keep that in mind, bro, is such an L. He said it's such an L. Yeah, so obviously getting out of in the group stages is such an L. So he says that Eric has had 18 months for this, lads, and that's what I wanted to touch on. Like, bro, I was just thinking about this on the on my way. I was just like throughout the weekend, I was thinking about it. I'm sorry, but like I said here, 18 months, big 1A, 18 months. Look at what Pochettino has been able to do in 4 months. Yes, they had that rocky start in the beginning, but they've had just as many, if not more, injuries. You could argue worse potentially because they've got high profile injuries still. We've got some of the injuries that we still have remaining in our squad are serviceable. We've got some adequate replacements like AWB. We've got Dallo still. You know, the Luke Shaw, but we've got a Regulon will be coming back. For example, we've had alternatives at the moment, whereas them lot are missing, for example, Alavia and an Nkunku. How we all know how good a player they have someone of the caliber of Nkunku still missing. They've got really, really good centre backs out. You see what I'm trying to say? Like they've got really, really high profile players out, and then look what they were able to do. Just due to their inexperience, they narrowly missed out on getting a win against Arsenal, who are meant to be winning the title this year. We all know them pagans ain't going to win it, but they're meant to be winning it apparently. Yeah, look what they did versus them. They've struggled with scoring goals, but you can see things are changing, and they were even able to put, was it four or five past Burnley the other day, for example. So you can see them steadily going up. You can look at what's his name, Postecoglou. When this guy first came, they were calling him Imposter Coglu, saying this guy's an imposter. And then look at him now. up there at the top of the tree, winning game after game after game after playing the likes of, he's already played United and Arsenal, yet he's still up at the top of the table, having not lost to either one of those teams. They beat us, and they got a draw away at the Emirates, somewhere they've been getting punched up. They got a draw away at the Emirates. But he's at 18 months, yeah? 18 months. And we're out here getting popped by Galatasaray for the first time in their over 100-year history, playing against English teams with the first ever. Big Manchester United is the first ever team to take an L. Even though they've played the likes of Galatasaray, Arsenal, who are known to be Champions League bums, it's Big Man United that are the first English team to lose to them. And then now we're about to play Copenhagen. We're getting, bro. First, we concede 7 goals in 2 back-to-back group stage games in the Champions League as well. We managed to do that. Like, this is what I'm trying to talk about. Like, so tell me, bro. Yes, you mentioned, and I agree with you, we would have more of a chance to win the Europa League. And of course, going out in, let's say, the quarterfinal or whatever of Champions League versus winning the Europa League. Winning the Europa League, European trophy is always better. However, the main thing I want to ask you is, bro, what are you genuinely saying about Ten Hag? Genuinely, like, 100%, like, don't diverting the answer about the manager if after 18 months the guy can't get us past a group with Copenhagen and Galatasaray. What are you saying about the guy?
Personally, I get pissed off his tactics because sometimes his tactics, his formations doesn't make sense, to be honest. But just touching on the point of like when you said Chelsea, Chelsea have got Dido, one of the best like talents out there. They've got Enzo, one of the best talents out there, and they've just got talent all the way. They've got depth as well. They've literally got Madueke in the bench as well, and they've got glass centre backs in the bench as well. I mean, let's look at Chelsea. How much have they spent? They spent a billion.
A billion. I think in about 2 years. Yeah.
In 2 years. I mean, that just tells you everything. And it took them around, let's say, 24 months to get it right. Even more than that, a bit. I mean, that's what I would say. But I just saw TJ's comment there.
Yeah.
Anyone? Anyway, for Tottenham wise, I don't think Tottenham's going to stay up in the league. They haven't got the squad depth. I think they're gonna. If they get one centre back injured or any of the main players injured, they're finished because they haven't got the squad depth. I think they'll finish good. I think they'll finish third like last season, but they haven't got the squad depth yet. I would say, but yeah, I mean, Ten Hag, I'm still Ten Hag in until there's a proper takeover. If he doesn't perform in the takeover, then I think the new owners can do whatever they want. They can sack him. They can do whatever. I mean, if we sack Ten Hag, there's always Nagelsmann. I mean, I always said.
No, I think Nagelsmann's the Germany manager, bro. Oh no, wait, wait, no, wait. Nagelsmann, yeah, he's the new manager of Germany, yeah, new manager of Germany. Hansi Flick's the one that's Hansi Flick. I think is what you mean. He's free.
No, I meant Nagelsmann. I didn't know who's
yeah, he's German manager right now. Yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing. I mean, fair enough to him. But yeah, that's what I would say in Ten Hag. To be honest. Yeah.
Okay, I agreed with parts of what you said. Especially, of course, you have to say that the quality and depth of a lot of what Chelsea have is amazing quality in a lot of areas, significantly better, particularly in that midfield area. I mean, by the time they're able to field their primary midfield, which would be the likes of maybe Nkunku, Caicedo, and Lavia, or Nkunku, Caicedo, Enzo, for example, that is streaks above whatever midfield 3 we can put out. However, what I would say is, in the context of the play, especially when you mention, Tottenham won't stay at the top for long because of the lack of squad depth. Yes, I fully agree with you on that. They won't. I believe they'll fall off due to the lack of squad depth. However, where I would disagree with you is just the fact that Tottenham falling off due to squad depth is not Postecoglou's fault. That is the fault of the piss poor player purchases from the Tottenham board for years, and now there's a backlog of trash players in their squad that need to be axed. It's not Postecoglou's fault that he's at the beginning of a rebuild and there's a bunch of people that need to be cleaned out. So what he's able to do in this early period with a healthy squad is what I'm going to be judging him on, not what he won't be able to do when his squad gets injuries. And that's how I'm looking at it. So if you're comparing what Postecoglou's done so far with Tottenham compared to Ten Hag's had 18 months with these guys, and there's still clearly some sort of an identity crisis. People look lost. The fact that we struggle, you know what? It's not even always about scoring goals. There's a difference between scoring goals is actually the least of our concerns. It's the chance creation. Chance creation is the issue, because chance creation and those patterns of play, it shows your team is consistently able to work the ball into areas to score goals. Goals will always come because, for example, if players find they have shooting boots, they get into form in terms of shooting, or you're able to change personnel in those positions that are going to score the goals. That's okay. The issue is when you're not creating the chances. Look at Højlund on the weekend, again, starved. The only chance I saw from Højlund was that shot from Rashford, which kind of rebound, then he shot at it, then it was a good save from the keeper. What else did Højlund get? That's what's worrying for me. It's actually better to have a situation like what Haaland's been doing this season, where man's missing back post tap-ins. Because that shows Man City are able to create this guy tap-ins, and you're better off missing the tap-in than to never get a tap-in the entire game. Because at least it shows that your team's capable of creating the chances, and with the chances created, law of averages, you're going to score eventually. But we don't even. So then when players do finally get a chance to score, it's insane pressure because the players themselves are guaranteed they know they don't create enough chances. So when the chance comes and there's so much pressure, like, yo, if we don't score this, I don't know if I'm going to get another chance today. So that's what I'm trying to say. So that there is a Ten Hag issue. That's a Ten Hag issue. The attacking patterns of play and trying to work the ball, yes, it's a personal issue, for example, because if we had players that are able to link the attack and defense a bit better, if we had wingers that could create a bit more space, were better at crossing, yada, 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 yes, that would help. But if Brighton, with people like freaking Danny Welbeck, people like Pascal Gross, Joao Pedro, these lot are on the bench at best for Manchester United. Some you wouldn't even want in the matchday squad. Yet they were working chance after chance after chance versus Man United and put 3 past us. And and all of their goals were similar attacking patterns of play. Worked day in, day out on the training ground. Where are our surplus of created chances? That's my issue. Yes, the strikers aren't scoring, but where are the chances? And that's Ten Hag's fault.
I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'll ask you a question about the chances and that, and about the mentality of the players. Here's a genuine question. Say in the summer, Saudi come in and they say, we'll give you 300 million. I know it sounds mad, but 300 million for a combined, we want, but 300 million, we want Bruno, Varane, and Casemiro. Would you take it?
300 million.
Bruno, Casemiro.
300 million for Bruno, Casemiro, and Varane, did you say?
Right. Would you take it? Yeah. Would you take it?
Yeah, I would take it. Yeah? What?
Take it.
What? 300 million? Wait, because you know what it is, yeah? Don't get me wrong. Me saying this, I'll answer your question, of course, before I go on to the comments, and then we'll go through the comments. But me saying this, you've obviously talked with me for a while now. You should know that I love Varane. I love Varane.
Yeah.
I really love Varane. One of my favorite players. Like I think he's because not even just on the football side of things, he actually seems to be quite a calm guy as well in general. So I actually like Varane as a player a lot. So Casemiro, he actually is my favorite player at Manchester United. Bruno, he at times has been very much my favorite player at Manchester United as well. It's been frustrating, very frustrating at times, but he, especially in the shit time that Manchester United have been in for the past years, extending from Oli to now in more recent years, he's still been a small ray of light at certain points, especially when he first came in. But all 3 of these guys, Bruno is touching 30 soon. Next year he'll be 30. Casemiro will be 32 next season. Varane will be 31 and is already injury prone. So you're basically telling me in next year's transfer window, for 3 players over the age of 30, I can get 300 million. Adios, amigo. I'll drive you there myself. I'll pay the ferry as well.
I mean, we saw it with Saudi. I would genuinely think Saudi would pay 300 million for 3 of their players. Here's my reason. Mo Salah, Saudi were gonna bid like Saudi were gonna bid 250 million. They were
Yep.
gonna bid anything to get. They were
Yeah.
literally gonna bid 300 million to get Salah.
Oh yeah, they were gonna
Then
drop the bag. Yep.
well, yeah, then why can't Saudi drop a bag on Casemiro, Bruno, and Varane?
What do you mean?
Three class rates.
Yeah, to be honest,
I can see it happening.
I don't know about Bruno. It depends. It depends. They no. They would want him, but I don't think they'd have a chance with that one. But Casemiro and Varane, I can see a cheeky 150 million pound bid for both of them. I can see that. Why not?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can see that too, man.
Mm.
Saudi are
Genuinely, exactly. I genuinely see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
If I just
but
go on, Karen.
who would your replacement for those three players would be? That's the thing. It has to be effective and what Ten Hag would like.
You know what?
So who?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. So that's something we can talk about. I'm just quickly gonna go through the comments with you, and then I'll hold that thought. I'll hold that thought. Don't worry, we'll go because that can be the next quick section. So TJ said here, only manager I take is Nagelsmann, and even at that, I wouldn't sack Ten Hag. That's fair enough, man. No worries. That's no problem. I see why. Then TJ says, Worthy's chatting shit, mate. He's on pure copium. Okay. And then Leke saying, worth pointing out, most of Chelsea signings aren't even Poch's direct input. It's been a different tale with Eric. Only 2 signings attributed to scouts in 2 summers. That I would agree with. Remember where we've spoke about this in the past. Him continually having his signings brought in all the time. And so, for example, you know what? I'm actually gonna pin this comment because I do want to come back and talk a bit about this whole thing with Amrabat. So Zayn says, joke man TJ. TJ says, shut up Zayn, fraud. Okay. Man, I'm having an argument. Yeah. Zayn said, boo-hoo, Ten Hag doesn't have a left back. He has all his players to play well. Pogba says, at TJ Moran, TJ, no. Oh, okay. TJ says, we're 10th for big chances so far. Arsenal are behind us in terms of it. Only difference is they can defend. You know, I'd agree with that. I would agree with that. But what I would say that we have dropped in terms of the big chance created stat at the very, very start of the season, maybe within the first sort of 3 to 5 games, we were actually maybe somewhere between in the top 4 to 6. So we can actually see that we're steadily getting worse and worse in terms of our chance creation. And I don't know what's going on. We actually look worse this season than last season. Even though we were more defensive last season, we look less likely to score goals now than we did before, even though we're playing more expansively. That's just something I'm still yet to wrap my head around. Then, like I said here, it's always been a creativity issue, and with Eric Ten Hag's favoritism, with Rashford and Anthony, I don't see that changing anytime soon. I would agree with that. Zayn says, no excuses for Ten Hag. Ange is doing well with the team he's inherited. Again, I very, very much agree. And then the turnaround, and it's not even if they don't go on to win anything this season, Tottenham, which they shouldn't even be expected to, quite frankly, especially from where they've come. They have such a tangible and clearly defined style of play. It's laughable to see the way we're currently operating. And I've already said before, I'm not Ten Hag out. I'm hosting this show, so I've got to play devil's advocate. I'm not Ten Hag out, but I would describe myself as Ten Hag doubt. And if we do not manage to qualify to beat Copenhagen tomorrow, there's issues, and I'm gonna have to have a real think about it in my mind. I can't lie on my stance on the manager, because I can give someone leeway for certain things, but as a Manchester United manager, certain things I can say are inexcusable. If we were in the group of death, let's say we were in the group with Newcastle, PSG, AC Milan, a group of that level, I can give him a pass, say, bro, I know Man United were a little bit shit, we're trying to adapt to your new style of play, we've got issues with injuries. I'll say, you know what, fair enough. But the Champions League games, especially the ones against Galatasaray and now Copenhagen, have come at a time a lot of our players have returned from injury. So then there's no excuse. There's no excuse to be losing to teams of that caliber. So TJ says, yeah, Brighton have been shocking since playing 2 games a week. I would agree with that. However, Brighton are a poor team that have a poor level, well, a poor in terms of the overall quality of the squad. Outside of their first maybe the first 8 players out there starting 11, everyone else is bang average. There's no way they can handle playing both in Europe and also their main team on the weekend in the Premier League. So that's probably why. TJ says here, Ten Hag just finished third with the trophy. Zane says, what's he now? What's he doing now? Scraping wins against the worst teams in the league. I wouldn't take it. Ridiculous. 100. What'd you say?
That's true. I said I was agreeing with Zayn.
Yeah, scraping wins against absolute farmers. You know, Brentford and Sheffield. You do realize Sheffield United is full on Champions League fodder, right? Sorry, Championship fodder. These guys are Championship fodder. They're not a Premier League team. I hope we actually realize that. For example, what's gonna scare me is if we see a similar performance versus Luton, and they are really bad. Luton are really, really bad. If we don't put at least 2-3 past them comfy and just treat them as a training game, that's a problem still. I would. TJ said I wouldn't take it. Ridiculous. 100 million for Casemiro and Varane. Yes. Bruno, no way. No.
I would sell Bruno for 100 million.
Yeah,
we got Bruno for 50.
Yeah, I would sell Bruno for 100. I would sell him for 100. But I think TJ thought that we meant 100 million for all three, but we meant 300 million. Then Zayn here says,
I think he meant 100 million for Casemiro and 100 million for Varane, but he wouldn't take 100 million for Bruno.
Okay. Now I would. At his age, a couple of years ago, I would have said nah, but now, yeah. You're not.
Nah, he can 100 million.
Yeah, 100%. Zayn, you're not doing any favors for Ten Hag. TJ, he's had another 200 million and gotten worse. Leke said Mourinho won 3 trophies in a season with less power compared to Eric. He still got sacked. I would agree with that. Mourinho literally won. Sometimes you actually forget, like, the guy won the Europa League, the League Cup, and he also won the. Actually, no, this guy was trying to count the Carabao Cup as a. Wait, he won the Europa League and the League Cup in the first year, yeah, and then he also won the Community Shield. And and he's got less power than.
He finished second as well.
Yeah, he finished second as well, and this guy still fully got sacked. Fully just got binned. TJ says gotten worse with 17 injuries. He has had him. The thing is, I've passed him the injuries excuse, but honestly, I wouldn't actually call it. You know what? I'm gonna quickly carry on because there's actually bare comments. I can't lie. So, like I said, before the injuries were poor, in preseason were poor. Dropped the injury. You know what? That's a fair point. We I swear, we were crap in preseason. You remember that, right? And that was before we had any injuries, because obviously everyone was fit for the preseason tour. Besides, I believe, Malacia, everyone was fit for the preseason tour, and other than the Arsenal game, we got popped.
Nah, I feel like because the LA when we went LA for preseason, I think it's due to mentality. I think I know what I think both of us would know what they do in LA. I think we know what they do in LA. I think they were getting drunk in LA or something. That's why they didn't look fit against those Real Madrid games or the Borussia Dortmund game. I think that's what happened. I think it's just due to some players thinking, because Ten Hag said, "I'm going to LA to test the players, see who's got the right mentality." So I think, you
know what?
I think that's what happened.
TJ just joined now, guys. People in the comment section, and also for you, Worthy, just in case you wanted to know. So we're actually going to have a look here. For example,
I just wanted, there's a new, Muppeteers just brand new.
Oh yeah, go on, tell me.
Top executive for Ineos Sports expected to be directly involved in the running of Manchester United sporting department once the deal is ratified, are engaging in face-to-face discussions with Joel Glazer, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe set to join them. More to come. That's just brand new there now.
So
what did you say again?
So you said the top executive.
I'll read it out.
Yeah.
Top executives from Ineos Sport expected to be directly involved in the running of Manchester United's sporting department once the deal is ratified, are engaging in face-to-face discussions with Joel Glazer, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe set to join them. More to come.
Right, so
okay. So essentially, that sort of sporting structure, the people that are going to be involved in the hierarchy are having face-to-face meetings with Joel Glazer to sort out maybe like how the sporting side of things are going to be run at the club.
Yeah, we'll see.
Could
Yo,
I read something out?
yeah, go on. Feel free.
So this is recently by a journalist, owner of a newspaper, I think he is. I think he seems to be close to Qatar.
Oh Jesus.
Um, he's saying basically, uh, English media against. So he's saying the English media is against Sheikh Jassim's camp since Romano announced the withdrawal. The Glazers, sorry, hold on. The Glazers rightly want to turn the battle into psychology. Psycho. I can't read that. Because I'm trying to translate it in my head to English because I'm reading it from
It's in
Arabic.
Arabic. Okay, fair.
Yeah, yeah. They lost the battle. Gabe was they managed to put the points on the letter since the announcement. He's basically saying what I'm reading through it. He's basically saying Sheikh Jassim hasn't pulled out. Basically, that's what he's basically saying.
What doesn't matter?
Well, it kind of does matter because he's
But
a
it doesn't matter.
go,
well, how,
go on, TJ, go on. Tell us why.
This Ineos deal is done. Because I'm just in this Discord now, and then Jay Rhodes has said they're the sports people talking to Joe. Like, it's not the legal teams anymore. It's not the legal team talking about a price or this or that. Like, this is Blanc or this is Brailsford already talking because they know it's going to be. They know it's going to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Wordy is on pure bullshit copium here.
Yeah. So wait, what's the question? I know.
we'll see when
go on.
we'll see when Sheikh Jassim wins because no way they can go further negotiations than that unless they do a vote, which is delayed to 2 weeks. They need to do a vote between all
No.
the Glazers. Yeah, that's what they have to do, though. They need to do voting, and then they need to further negotiate. Further negotiations. The voting is like, should we negotiate? Should we negotiate with this guy further or not? And then they vote yes or no. And then you're the preferred bidder. We're going to negotiate further. And then we should finalize the deal in 2 months or so. That's how it works. That's how that's how it should work. Other than like sporting people talking to United, they're probably investigating the stadium or talking about transfers or looking at the transfer book, which is completely fine. Sheikh Jassim's done that. He looked at
No,
the transfer record. He looked at
no, he hasn't
yes, he
talked.
did.
He has not.
He has.
He doesn't have any sport people in his bid. His bid was full of bankers.
Bankers, yeah, but bankers were looking at the sporting man. Well, they were looking at the stadium. They're looking at everything. And then when I'm reading here, in it, I mean, so far, as much because it's really long. It's a really long script. So they're saying, um,
A script or like a play.
yeah, because it's really long. It's really long. So I'm trying my best to translate it in my head.
Easier to waffle.
You know, whilst you're sort of trying to work through the translation, I'll just read out a couple more of these comments. So Zane just said here, stop using your Muppeteer sources. They're absolute clowns. Zane, tell us why, bro. Why they clowns? Why they clowns, bro? Last season, that is something that is true. We are playing a much higher. We're talking about Amadou Onana, who played for Stretford. The guy is not good enough. I'm not here for these physical 6-foot+ energy merchants. Yes, he's decent overall, but Manchester United, I've said it before, we need players that have the physicality, but at the same time, they need to have some level of technical elegance. At least be, you know, especially in midfield areas, I want my player to be at least an 8 out of 10. Don't need to be a 10. Like, I don't expect to see prime Busquets doing no-look reverse passes in between two opposing midfielders or something, but just give me an 8 out of 10 sort of thing. Can I not expect that sort of level? Talking about Onana's, he's a calm player, don't get me wrong, but he's, I believe, a team like, let's say, a Brighton go and get Onana and he works well in their system. Not Manchester United, not the level. Chimaev says people who hate on.
I don't really.
What'd you say?
There's not really to get. There isn't that many people around. It's Onana, Palacios, Tchouaméni. That's really it.
Do you
in
mean
terms of
available
big name.
big
I
names?
wouldn't.
I would go for 10 for Tchouaméni. If I had to pick one, it most
I would
certainly has to be Tchouaméni.
It doesn't. I don't think he wants to move.
Yeah, I
think
doubt he wants to move.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
He would have went to Liverpool if he
Mhm.
did, because that was the deal that would have been done quite easily. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that the club are expecting Casemiro to leave next summer, or at least definitely within the next 2 years. But I think it could be this summer. But I don't know who's there to replace him. I don't think there is. Oh no, we have McTominay actually. That's fine. No, it's actually
Okay, so
all sorts.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Go on.
I read it now. I read it wrong. So basically, it's to do with business, but there's a tactical reason why it's they're saying it's a tactical reason why Sheikh Jassim pulled out. He's not fully pulled out, but he's pulled out, like not fully. A tactical reason. They're saying that the takeover will be settled to Sheikh Jassim because they will not sell their shares to other investment companies because Sheikh Jassim valuation per share is higher than them, and they will not take loans because they are basically drowning in debt. So I repeat, all roads lead to Qatar. So this is from Arabic journalist from Kuwait, and he owns a newspaper company as well.
Well, he's chatting absolute shit. That makes no sense. I mean, no.
I mean, you believe in Ineos source, and I mean, just saying, Ineos sources are bullcrap, to be honest.
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, because they were like remember last season, every UK journalist was saying, "Oh, Sir Jim Ratcliffe's finalised the deal. He's done. Next week, Sir Jim Ratcliffe should win." This happened last season. Not last season. Last year, like around July, June, April time. So I'm not going to believe Ineos sources, am I? I'm going to believe.
This is not just
Ineos
Ineos.
sources.
It's not just Ineos sources at this point. This is
Who is it then?
This is Mike Keegan, who's proper Qatar source. This is Sky Cava, who's a proper Qatar source.
You got off.
These are proper Qatari sources who are saying they've pulled out, and it's not tactical. Like what tactic is it? They're very happy to go with Ratcliffe. They're not going to be like, yeah, we'll go with Ratcliffe. Oh no, Jassim. They're not going to do it. They don't care.
I mean, listen. Sources coming from Middle East are saying they're confident until 2 weeks.
No, they didn't delay the vote for 2 weeks. No, it said Ratcliffe wanted to deal within the next 2 weeks. That could
as in the voting if we should further negotiate with him. They said cut off. They said they delayed that for another 2 weeks.
But they don't have to negotiate anything else. So it's all ready. It's all ready to go. That deal is going to go through.
It's not ready. No negotiation is ready.
They've been working for ages.
Okay,
It's ready to.
the preferred bidder. It's just about should we negotiate further?
If it's the preferred bidder, they
They need
can't
to make
break.
all the shareholders happy. You free aim at that. They need to negotiate further. So we'll take another 2 months.
If he's the preferred bidder, that's exclusivity, and then he can't be touched. It wouldn't matter if Qatar offered 50 billion. He's in exclusivity. That's a legally binding contract.
I them people. I just want to look through some of these comments a little bit more before you guys can feel free to destroy each other afterwards, man. Okay. So just looking at this. So actually, Pogba commented earlier. He said that he would actually have Xavi in. I don't know about all that personally. That guy's he's a bit of a. I'm here on literally about to cry because we're on the verge of going out of the Champions